Welcome everybody to Steven WMD, the premier Steven podcast on the internet. Everything to do with people named Steven. Nothing to do with animation or television in any capacity. Thank you for joining us again. Here we have Steven Universe. by complete coincidence, we've stumbled upon an animated show, 4 episodes of which happen to involve a child named Steven.
Sorry, I know you were waiting for me to say something, but I had absolutely nothing there. I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's
where
fair.
you're going with this.
That's fair enough. Makes perfect sense to me.
Welcome to the Bespoke Podcast. We're going to be talking about Steven Universe.
Where we talk about Steven Universe and all the episodes that came out in the recent we're in the fallout of the Steven episodes that have come out. We talk.
The Steven Universe has temporarily taken a break from its eternal hiatus in order.
Thank goodness.
Steven Universe doesn't live at home anymore. Steven Universe moved out, and they come home to visit every now and again, but they're their own. They don't live with us anymore.
Yes, they're long gone.
They haven't for a long time. So let's go ahead and just get into the first episode.
Finally, your mother
and mine.
And mine.
In this episode, Garnet tells the story of Rose Quartz.
Yep, he tells the story of Rose Quartz, and it's exactly what you would think it would be. Like, exactly what you would think it would be.
Because we kind of already... I mean, I guess it was more specific in some ways.
Yeah, this was just sort of spelling out what we have sort of been, you know.
Yeah, this was a recap episode.
Yeah, a recap episode.
For the people who haven't been watching, maybe.
Yeah.
And just jumped in on this episode.
It did feel like they... I mean, if it is a recap episode, then that might indicate that we're going somewhere with this, and they, like, need everybody to be caught up on this before they jump into the next thing. Which is promising.
Maybe, yeah.
But for long-time Steven viewers, it's a little bit
It's a
redundant.
lot of stuff we already know.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff we already know in kind of a weird art style.
Well, yeah, it's the Garnet storytelling.
It is the Garnet. It doesn't look the same as it used to, though.
Yeah, it was different from the last one.
I don't like it as much.
I think it's fine.
I don't like change. I mean, it's fine. It's not, like, ugly or anything. It's just, I like the old way better.
Yeah, well.
No, well. What are you gonna do?
But...
So, in the stunning twist revealed, Rose Quartz was not like the other gems. She's not your average gem.
Yeah.
And
she's
too unique.
The framework is that Garnet goes to the ship with the off colors and Lars.
Yeah. She's got to tell the Lars and the off colors all about it.
Yeah, and they don't know this magic story of Christmas. I mean, Rose Quartz. So Garnet teaches them all about Rose Quartz.
Precisely.
How great she is.
Yep.
And it gives everyone hope.
Actually, giving the off colors and Lars the explanation she never gave Steven because she doesn't truly love him.
Well, yeah, she assumes Steven is like the audience who's been watching the whole time, and they've already figured it out.
But you notice that Steven for a long time did not know all this stuff, and he never got the talk either.
Yeah, poor Steven.
He never got the talk to make him a man by Garnet either.
But yeah, that's basically the entire episode. Then they go and turn the power back on. And we get a little exciting cliffhanger. It's like, we need to go raid an asteroid base.
All right. Yeah.
Super exciting.
I want to see that. Let's go. Asteroid base raid. Let's go. I'm sure we're going to get like a very detailed, very cinematic, maybe like some, maybe not another chase because, I already had a chase. Can't have another chase. But maybe we're doing the chasing now. Maybe Lars is like after people and just blowing some gems out of space. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's gonna happen. The off colors are weird.
Yeah. Okay.
And not in the sense that it's their story purpose to be weird. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, they're so weird. It's just like they're kind of as characters, they're just kind of weird. Like I don't know where. Like some of them like some of them who are just like comedy characters like Pap who sees the present. That's pretty funny, and I kind of like
sees the recent past.
Yeah, she sees the recent past. I kind of like it because I kind of like that how I mean it could almost develop into something useful, like she could see stuff that's going on right now, but not right in front of her. Like it'd be like scrying. Like you could like see stuff going on far away.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
that could be useful, but and I'm not saying like all of them need to develop like useful abilities or anything, but it's just like the split person is kind of like. I don't know.
So here's
they kind of act. The reason I'm bringing all this like saying that they're weird,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Is like so they bring up like Garnet. Garnet comes in and Garnet brings up like Rose Quartz, and they're like, oh my god, Rose Quartz, she's so evil, and it's sort of like that doesn't really make any sense. Like
what you saying? I don't understand. I don't follow.
Okay, So the idea is like they've been brainwashed by Homeworld to hate Rose Quartz, right? Because like Rose Quartz, they told them like Rose Quartz killed a diamond, Rose Quartz did this, Rose Quartz did that. But it's not like they've recently become off colors. They've always been freaks. Like they came out of the wall this way.
Well, I mean,
when would Homeworld have had a chance to brainwash them when they get thrown out? That's
not entirely true. Like, what about Rhodonite, who is just a fusion between a pearl and a ruby?
Well, yeah, okay.
So
that's different.
they were like, and what's her name?
The fat one,
the giant one. Why am I Fluorite?
Fluorite, yeah.
And she's just a fusion.
Okay, yeah, okay,
so,
fair enough.
So yeah, and maybe Rhodonite, the Rutile twins. They're just like overhearing things while hiding under some rock somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Maybe that makes a little bit more sense. If like maybe Fluoride, I don't know. I guess they spend a lot of time underground. Maybe they talked about stuff. All right.
We've cleared that plot hole up for you.
Still, considering their hatred of Homeworld because they're gonna get killed by Homeworld, seems a little bit weird that they take their like propaganda so seriously.
Oh, it is kind of funny because none of them really hate Homeworld. Like definitely not.
Yeah, they definitely don't hate Homeworld.
They're just all afraid.
Yeah, they definitely don't hate Homeworld as much as they should.
Well, it's because they still think they're wrong. They think they're. Yeah. They think they've been told that they're just mistakes that shouldn't exist.
Steven hasn't gotten through to these guys yet.
So yeah, I think that all checks out in my opinion. They think they're wrong and they think Homeworld is right about them. So
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if like they truly thought that, then they would just turn themselves in, wouldn't they?
I don't know, maybe.
Like maybe they've got like a complex about it, but I don't think they actually think that.
Well, it's a learning experience.
All right, whatever. Moving on.
But there was another thing you made me think of something.
I knew it.
That I wanted to say, about like the off colors and like how they feel like they haven't gotten enough. I feel like they haven't gotten enough time yet to sort of. I mean, I like them, but I would like them to have more time with just them hanging out and stuff.
I'd really like for them to develop at least one other personality trait besides whatever horrible defect that they have.
Yep.
Like, Fluorite is a big fat fusion who talks slow. And that's her thing. That's kind of like what she does. She doesn't really have anything else going for her.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you could maybe, like, infer personality traits based on, like, fringe evidence, I guess.
I mean, Rhodonite is a coward.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like Rhodonite she's a coward. And I mean, she's also a fusion, I guess.
Yeah, see, I kind of want to hear the stories of some of these characters, and that's what. So, in between the last episode, Jungle Moon, and this episode, I guess because there's so much space in between when these come out, it gives you a lot of time to like imagine. I wonder what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
So, I had it in my head that when we came back, it was gonna be Stevani, Lars, and Captain Lars and his off-color crew on space adventures. And that would be like an arc for a while. I thought that was gonna happen.
Like after...
And I was a little bummed. But...
I mean, when you have like an instant portal back, it's sort of hard to have like...
I guess, but you know... Wouldn't that have been fun?
Yeah, it would have been way...
Stevonnie, Captain Lars, and the off-color crew on space adventures. And they probably run into Lapis at some point because she's out in space somewhere. That would make sense.
Yeah, they just happen to run into Lapis. They
Lapis.
actually just like run headlong into her, like she's trying to like fly somewhere. She's like, all right, gotta get away from home. Boom. Just like, guys, there's something stuck in the warp drive. What happened?
But that didn't happen. Instead, we get this cliffhanger ending. It's like, all right, time to go raid the asteroid base, and then we move on to the next episode.
And then we move on to the next
episode. Big Show, which is about Sadie, Killer,
it's
and
about
the suspects.
Sadie Killer.
Sadie Killer and the suspects.
Yeah, Sadie Killer. Getting arrested because your name has Killer in it.
Okay.
Getting taken off the air.
I'm editing this out. This is terrible.
Getting taken off the air because your language is too violent.
But this is an episode about Sadie Killer.
Yep, it's an episode about the band. About, kind of the start of the band, I guess.
Well,
the band formed, but this is their first gig.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like the beginning point for them. You know, assuming they exist after like 10 episodes, but...
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of like, I feel like they maybe should have waited a few episodes before bringing them back up. You know what I mean?
Like, maybe they should have just been in the background, like, doing stuff. Like,
well, I mean, just like...
Maybe it should have just been like, Steven walks past Sadie and Sadie's like, yeah, we're headed to a gig. It's gonna be great. And then they go do it.
Well, yeah, this seemed like... It's fun. It's weird that it got its own episode... When a little later we have Letter to Lars, which just has a whole bunch of towny stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so I figured it would make more... I mean, I guess it's cool. I like their little band. It's fun.
Oh, yeah, I love the band. Don't get me wrong.
But it's like... I feel like maybe we should have... We're getting a lot of episodes about them. I know. And, like, because there's just so few episodes, and, like of the recent episodes... A lot of them feel like they've been about this band.
Alright, so if I had to describe this episode, I would say stretched thin. Because there's not a whole lot going on in this episode. Well, but it's like, it feels like, to me at least, just personally, it felt like there was like 3 things happening in this episode that were stretched out into the whole episode. Here's the checklist, right? Sadie's band practices. Okay. Mm-hmm. Practice some more. Talks to their mom.
Greg becomes manager.
Greg becomes manager. Oh, yeah. Greg becomes manager. Then, conflict with mom. The conflict is entirely, by the way, oh, I can't wait to go to your show. And she's like, no! Don't come to my show. Oh, yeah, she does do that, doesn't she? No!
No, she doesn't actually do that.
No.
That was just sad. Me.
No! Yells extremely loud, like, no! No! But, yeah, so that happens. Meanwhile, same time-ish, Greg gets them a gig at whatever place is called.
The Empire City.
Empire City. Well, I thought maybe they mentioned the club.
That they were at. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was trying to think of, like, what exact place they were in.
They do the show.
Which
I like the show.
Oh, yeah, the songs are fine. I like the songs.
Cool.
Show's cool.
And then...
those were the highlights of the episodes. That was just kind of... That's almost why it seems stretched, is because, like, a lot of it is song. Like, there's...
lot of it?
Like, almost all... Like, well, not almost all of it, but this is probably, like, the most song episode since the whatever it was called, Song for Steven, maybe? I don't know.
What the heck are you talking about?
The one in Empire City where it's
well, that was like a whole episode of songs.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is just one song in an episode.
Well, yeah, but yeah. Well, it's also like all the parts they sing. They're like practicing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. They get a lot of songs. I guess they do get some practice.
Combine the practice, like the time it's just them practicing, and the time where it's just them performing.
Yeah, that's true. I totally forgot about the
together.
that would make, like, I would say, the most song in an episode since then.
Well, definitely not as much as...
And, yeah, definitely not as much, definitely. But the difference is, like, those songs are just kind of songs that they're singing. Like, they don't really have any relevance.
See, that's what makes Steven Universe so great with songs.
The songs move the plot forward.
The songs move the things. It's not like Take 10 have a song just to, like, space it out. The songs actually push things forward. Think back
to that Pearl, whatever it was called, episode in Empire City. So you got Empire City song. It takes them to Empire City. By the end of the song, they are in a different city. There's Mr. Greg, and by the end of that, they've established Pearl as being distant, and also are in penthouse suites. Pretty cool.
Then Isn't It Over?
Isn't It Over?
Greatest.
The best song. I mean, that would have just been like on its own. It's the best song, so it's like that didn't even need to push anything forward.
But it did.
But it did. Now that's like it's just like pretty much just laying it out for everybody, including Steven, who was standing right behind her and didn't decide to mention anything. And then you got whatever it was called, the one where he's talking about you both love me.
Both of you, I think it's called.
Yeah, is it called Both of Me or something?
Not Both of Me.
Yeah, Both of Me.
Both of you.
It's Both of Me sounds like a song that Garnet would sing.
Yeah, it's Both of You.
Stronger than Both of Me.
Them getting...
And that's them getting over it.
Yeah, making up for
Stop
lost
being
time.
Such losers.
Then the ending, the reprise, and it's great.
It's like the whole thing is just song after song after song, and it never even misses a beat. It feels like a real episode. Yeah. Like you could even watch. I mean, sure, you notice it's a musical episode, sure, but you know the same amount gets done.
Pretty much.
Here, I feel like less gets done. The songs kind of overcrowded. I would say,
true.
even if the songs are still good, even if I like the songs.
Yeah.
But I just it makes the episode feel a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Like, they have the songs and the plan is like, and that's nice, but like, it is just them playing the songs.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, because I mean, in universe, they're actually just playing a
that's
song.
What they're doing.
I mean, we can like debate like how in universe or how like
how meta the songs are.
How meta the songs are. Like, are they diegetically actually singing the songs in universe? Which I mean,
sometimes they are.
Sometimes it doesn't seem like it. Sometimes they definitely are. So you know, what are you gonna do? Like you've got like Giant Woman where it's like obviously he's singing that. But I mean, you know,
it's the songs are great in Steven.
Songs are great,
and these songs are great. But it's like the whole episode was just sort of like. It was too soon after the last Sadie and the Killers episode.
so much killing.
Yeah, I think if they waited a little while, I would have been happier with this episode because this was just like, all right. We know what these guys are up to. It's pretty cool.
It's sort of like they allotted one of their precious 4 episodes that they're gonna release to another Sadie Killers episode, and it's just like, just release like the Sadie Killer bomb already. Like, just get it all out of the way. Just release the entire like birth, peak, and death of this band real quick.
No,
and like
Sadie Killer and the Suspects will never die.
I want to see like episode 4 of the Sadie Killer bomb, where it's Sadie Killer and the Suspects, and they're all old geriatrics like on drip feeds.
Here's
taking like taking horn, then they're all like trying to sing up on stage like.
Here's my great idea now that I just had.
All right.
Listening to you babble about garbage. So so it's good. So we have that. We have the Sadie Killer episode bomb. But at the same time, we have the Lars of the Stars episodes going on. And like Lars of the Stars like going through space doing epic awesome stuff, and Sadie's like and her band is like rising through the ranks of the band.
I mean,
and going to become the greatest band ever. And at the finale, they reunite Sadie and Lars during Sadie's epic show whatever.
Sadie's on a stage so tall that it actually goes into space, and she meets Lars up there. Like her stage reaches all the way into the deep reaches of space.
It's a great idea. Shut up.
Now, okay, so if I actually thought that Sadie was gonna be like, becoming like a real band, sort of, so to speak, like oh, she's gonna be top in the charts, and she's gonna be like polishing her skills or something. Like this is, like if I thought that was what they were going for, I'd be a lot more, into it, I guess.
Okay.
But here it seems just like they're gonna have a band. They're gonna do really well. Maybe they'll even have like a real hit. Maybe they'll be like a one-hit wonder.
They're gonna be in the background.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be nice, I guess.
But it's not gonna really. I don't think their band is really gonna develop, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Oh,
We'll see.
We'll basically just have to wait and see.
We'll see. I think it would be cool if they did, but
yeah, who knows?
I'm not optimistic.
But that's this episode. Let's move on to
pool hopping.
Which you didn't really like this episode, I understand.
Yeah, I thought pool hopping. So I thought Garnet acting like a spastic weirdo was weird. I don't quite like how they gave Garnet Alzheimer's, and she's just sort of flying in between different things.
What?
Well,
what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Gave her Alzheimer's? Yeah,
she keeps forgetting what she's doing and going on to something else. So the premise of this episode is that Garnet's future vision isn't good enough for her, and she's trying to improve it sort of she explains how it works, and it's kind of weird. But so she's got a pool hop, so to speak, from one stream of possibility, like one way things could go, to another by doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
So ignoring the problems Future Vision has always had, that it makes absolutely no sense to be able to predict the future and also change the future, because if you predicted the future, that would be the future. If you change the future, you would have predicted the changed future.
They've always been clear that they're not really. It's not. They call it Future Vision, but it is sort of. They've always been clear to explain that it's sort of she sees the possibilities of the future.
Yes, sure.
But she doesn't really know which possibility it's going to take. Which way they're going to go.
For one, I would like to point out that they have not always been clear about that, but that has been explained a couple of times throughout the show. You're right. It's been clear for a long time. Yeah. It wasn't clear at the beginning.
I mean, part of me thinks this episode was sort of like a, I don't know, Future Vision isn't perfect, guys episode.
Well, yeah, but like I said, it's sort of redundant. We've already heard about how Future Vision isn't perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't we already have the episode where it had that really dramatic, really cool moment where Steven's on the roof getting struck by lightning? I really liked that episode. That was great.
That was a really good episode.
And we're and she was just explaining it right there. My Future Vision can do this. It's not perfect. And that was the only moment this Future Vision really needed.
Yeah.
And this whole thing is just sort of Garnet acting like a freak.
Yeah, that's what I.
It's just Garnet acting 100% out of character.
Well, she always has every now and again she'll be. We get excited Garnet, and it's kind of fun, and I like the occasional excited Garnet, and it's cute, and I like it. But this was an entire episode of excited Garnet.
Yeah, I like excited Garnet when it's Garnet when she's just seen something relating to a fusion. I like excited Garnet when it's Amethyst and Steven just fused, and she's like, oh my goodness, and she's and Pearl is pulling her socks up.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's every now and again Garnet gets excited about something, and it's great, and because it's a sort of break from her character, who's usually very stoic and quiet, sometimes she gets. But this was just an entire episode of that, and I feel like it made it less special a little bit.
So it does make it less special. I agree with that, and I don't know. I don't really buy that this is excited Garnet. This is just we've seen excited Garnet before, and this is just off the rails. She's insane. She's running around. She's She's breaking things. What's going on?
Throwing pizzas at people.
What?
It was a pretty funny episode.
It was kind of funny that they started delivering pizzas to people. Yeah. Admittedly. But then, they find some cats.
And and Garnet has a moment, I guess.
Yeah, Garnet cries.
No, she doesn't. But I think, I guess she's upset about how ineffective her future vision seems to be in predicting things that are going to happen. And
You think? Oh, keep going.
And that sort of becomes the thing of the episode, where at the end she's like, I haven't really been treating you like an adult, Stephen.
Because you're not an adult.
Oh yeah, he's 13.
Yeah, it's like,
or 14.
sorry, I haven't been treating you with the respect a 13-year-old deserves. I haven't treated you with the proper dignity. And I don't care if he's actually 14 or 15. My point still stands exactly.
But it is definitely true that Stephen has matured considerably.
Oh yeah, definitely. Whatever. I'm just saying it's a little bit hard to swallow. That it's like, oh my god, you're so old. Yeah, sure, whatever. he's real old. But one thing I wanted to say was so Garnet, she's just now realizing these horrible limitations to this future vision that she has.
No,
after
she's not just now realizing.
After 2,000 years of having the same future vision the whole time, and probably even earlier because Sapphire had the future vision before they fused.
Well, yeah, this is just.
It's like, are you just realizing this? This is something that you've known for a very long time, since you were born.
Yes, yeah. So the purpose of the episode is kind of unclear.
I think it's a little clear. It's spoon feeding.
Well, maybe.
It's for everybody who missed every single other episode.
Maybe this is another recap episode. It's everybody, Garnet has future vision.
Everyone's
just reminder.
They want to stop all the fan emails coming in. Garnet has future vision. Why didn't you just do this? You should have known that was coming. Which, is a fair criticism, since a lot of the time she should know what's happening because of future vision.
Well,
But, my problem with the whole, pool hopping thing is just, it's a perfect excuse. Why didn't Garnet see this coming? Oh, we were in a different timeline.
Well, yeah.
And why did she see this coming? Oh, we were in the right timeline. So there's no real indication of when we're hopping timelines. It's just when something unusual happens, which is a little vague.
Which happens a lot.
Yeah, which is everything Steven does. So it's
it is kind of weird that it seems like she should never be able to predict.
Yeah, it should just be a normal person.
By these rules, she should have no power to predict anything whatsoever.
By whose measure exactly is an action considered weird or not?
Well, apparently hers, because she talks about Steven, I keep thinking you're gonna do this because I think of you as a child. But so wait, is her future villain just is her future vision just a really, really good sort of sense of how things are gonna go?
Yeah.
Based on guesses she makes?
Yeah, is it because the way it's been presented, it's a real ability that she has that happens not unconsciously, but she doesn't really have to work it too hard.
Yeah, she can look into the future.
She just looks into the future.
See what's happening.
But here it's presented as she's just got a really analytical mind where she
sees possibilities.
Yeah, she looks at a situation, analyzes all the different ways that she could go, and then
chooses the
best one. So, and if that's the case, which I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they wanted to switch. That's not the way it was in the past, but maybe they're retconning it. So this is what future vision is now.
That's possible.
Maybe if that is the case, why doesn't she just analyze the way she go multiple ways? You can just analyze.
So I think we're actually running into a weird thing here with this episode and the show in general. It's the first season of this show is great and I still like it.
Yeah.
But
of course
it was a fantasy show.
Yeah.
And we have a sci-fi show. Since the beginning of season 2, it became a sci-fi show. And maybe Future Vision is a sort of holdover from that fantasy version of the show where there's a lot of stuff in the first season that is just weird and doesn't really fit in with the lore that we have established now.
I mean, that is true. I like to think most of it fits okay.
I mean, like, for example, Giant Woman, which is a very important episode because it's the first episode that explains fusion.
Yeah, that is.
It has these things that they're going after called the Heaven and Earth Beetles.
Yeah.
And what are those?
Okay, so a lot of what you're forgetting is that a lot of season 1 is just like go to an old place and grab an old thing.
Yeah.
Like that's most of season 1.
Based on what we know now about gems and that sort of thing, what on earth are those beetles?
They're gem artifacts. I don't know what they're doing.
And like Garnet has at one point in Together Breakfast, she has that weird paper thing.
Oh yeah,
what is that? That doesn't seem to fit in at all with our current understanding of the lore.
Like the possessed piece of paper.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're really stretching things, you could say that that's like that's like the ultimate foreshadowing for the shard things, because like it's like ground up gems, like painted into like a piece of paper. So it's like like the screaming of these ground up gems because they're still alive.
Well, that's really dark.
Yeah, that's really dark and really awesome. So I really doubt that happened. That's like the most metal thing. So I'm thinking maybe
the whole future vision is sort of like that's why it's kind of vague and it's kind of hard to know exact. It's supposed to be kind of vague and not.
I wish they left it vague.
Yeah, but I think this episode is a little weird in that way.
Yeah, I really wish that they had just left it that way and we could just speculate like how good Future Vision is instead of like having all these episodes where we like go into detail about like, oh, the Future Vision does this or does that. Another demonstration of how Future Vision works. Oh, it's coffee running down a counter.
So maybe this literally was like Your Mother and Mine. Another episode for people who haven't been watching the show.
Exactly.
That's.
Here's Garnet in one episode, except it's Garnet completely out of character.
Yeah, except it's Garnet like we've never seen her before.
And hopefully never again.
We spent a long time on this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Let's move on.
All right, pool hopping.
Oh yeah, wait, hold on. That's not true. We need Garnet gets a cat. Okay, next episode.
Garnet gets a cat.
Okay, now
did the cat have a name? I forgot.
I don't think they gave it a name. Not that I remember.
Okay, whatever.
It's adorable. Anyway, moving on.
Lion's gonna eat it.
Letter to Lars.
Letter to Lars.
The ultimate townie episode.
Oh my god. If you thought there was a townie episode before, it's nothing compared to this episode.
And I like townie episodes.
Yeah, they're good.
I think they're good. And this one was good.
People who complain about townie episodes are bad.
They're wrong.
And should be executed.
Yes.
But by the Royal Diamond Authority.
But yes. Oh yes, also, prediction came true.
Which prediction was this?
I predicted Mayor Dewey was
going to be that's right. I was
the Big Donut. And I was like, yep.
Please tell me you predicted that on recording.
Well, yeah, I did last...
Yeah, that was last time? I don't remember
maybe
last time.
Maybe the time before. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was last time or the time before.
These episodes are so far apart that the podcast
I forget the podcast last time. But
yeah,
I definitely remember you predicting that.
Yeah, I predicted Mayor Dewey will become the Big Donut person.
After being ousted by Nanafla.
Yeah.
After the strategic and successful coup by Nanawa.
Yep. And that's the only thing that happens in this episode.
This is what's going on with every single townie.
Yep.
The episode.
Yep. Pretty much.
You got a townie? What's going on with them? Let's find out.
Let's find out. And like Steven sent a letter to Lars about all the stuff that's going on since
he's gone. And then just ends up reading him the letter.
Reads him the letter from his head, and that's hilarious. I love that.
It's pretty good.
And let's see. I don't know. Do we want to talk about all the things going on?
I don't think that's really necessary.
It's a good episode.
It's a fun episode. It's kind of a little snacky, like eat it in one bite and never go back to it sort of episode.
I really liked the improv with like Pearl and Steven.
Yeah,
and
that part was gold.
And Pearl's like, do Steven! We do Steven every week.
I love Peridot.
Peridot's in there. Yeah.
Peridot's in the
Looks like I improved the improv.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's glorious.
That was excellent. Jamie running his own little improv company is excellent.
Yep. Running it.
I think that was pretty easily like by far the best one, the best little vignette.
Yeah.
Because it involved Pearl and Peridot, which nothing has recently.
Yeah, I missed Pearl.
I miss Pearl. I miss Amethyst. I miss Peridot.
I mean, well, it hasn't even been that long.
It just feels that long.
It just feels that long because the episodes are so far apart.
Oh.
But yeah, we get to see my favorite version of Pearl, which is Weird Mom Pearl.
Yeah, Weird Mom. Damn Steven.
That's my favorite Pearl.
I mean, just like all like the little like things you can like, it's just so perfect. Like this is like the perfect mirror to the Garnet episode where Garnet is perfectly out of character, where everyone's perfectly in character here.
It's great.
It's very nice. I like it.
I like it.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they do there's like a really long time where they're like delegating their like jobs at like Nanoplus, like take it, like you're guard and you're doing this and you're watch and you're this. And it's like, like I felt like that was a really long scene, and it's just there to like take a little dump on Mayor Dewey. Like, like,
throughout the entire,
give me a job. No.
Throughout the entire episode, Mayor Dewey's like, "Oh, I'm so useless," until he finally finds his place at the Big Donut, where he belongs.
I almost forgot, like the common thread between all the vignettes is that Mayor Dewey's hanging out and being a little sad sack.
Oh, you know what else was great?
Yeah.
And a perfect example of Garnet being back in character was when she's playing tennis with Greg.
Yes.
That was glorious.
Oh, that was pretty good too.
And that was like perfect. That was perfect Garnet right there. That was exactly how we want her all the time.
It was like to breathe like a sigh of relief, like, oh, Garnet's back in character.
Garnet's back to normal. Because she was kind of, Anyway, that was this episode, basically.
Yeah, that was this episode, basically.
And that was the last episode of the 4-episode arc.
It ends with like at the very, very end. It's just like it's just Lars again, right?
Yeah, it's just Lars and Steven telling the stuff, basically.
Still going to that asteroid belt.
I guess they're still doing
that.
that
I kind of got confused with chronology here. It's like, are they still like heading towards the asteroid belt that they got to in Your Mother, that they said that you're gonna be there?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We thought when you watch the first episode, you think, all right, next episode they're gonna be at an asteroid belt and they're gonna be doing stuff, and that's not the case.
Yeah. But it's like maybe this is after they've already raided an
because
asteroid?
they haven't done that yet. I don't
Question mark?
They're still on their way.
Okay. How far away is this asteroid belt?
It's far enough away that
Takes
it takes
4
4 episodes to get there.
Alright. Fine. So, fair enough.
So I don't know what they're gonna do now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could make the prediction. Oh, they're gonna be at the asteroid belt next time.
Well, will they?
Nope.
It's just
gonna get the rug pulled out right from under you.
So yeah, I guess I want to get into that. Where is this show going? Because I feel like we've lost a lot of momentum in a lot of ways.
The momentum ever since Lars got killed, and they came back. I feel like the momentum has been at a crawl.
Well, I mean, it sort of carried it a little bit after that.
Yeah.
And then some really great episodes after that, after Steven came home, and those kept it going for me. But then we get then we got to Jungle Moon.
Yeah.
And Captain Lars and Jungle Moon, and those were great. Those were great episodes, and I thought those were like the leaping off. Like I said, those were the leaping off of the next portion of the story. But instead, we went back.
Yeah.
To the
like,
normal stuff.
The way I would describe it is like the momentum. Like we were at really high momentum when
Lars
momentum in air quotes.
Yeah, we're talking momentum. That's a thing that exists.
Yeah, that's a story element that exists and is real. And if anybody denies it, we're gonna come to your house. But the point is, like after when Lars dies, it's like that's when like more momentum stopped, and it's like it's still coasting on the momentum it
was
has.
coasting for a
And
while.
Jungle Moon was like the last hurrah.
Yeah.
Where it's like but for me, and it was a great episode. But for me, that's where the momentum has just like.
Now we need to
it's face planted.
At this point, we need to start pushing things forward again.
We need to start doing something. We need a goal, really.
We need a goal.
We need a goal, like, building a drill. That's a goal.
Yeah.
That
Getting Lars home.
Getting Lars home, but Lars isn't really even. Lars is kind of just doing that on his own.
Yeah, Lars is coming, which that's what we thought was going where we were going.
Yeah, but
Lars. All right,
it doesn't.
We're going to the asteroid belt. We're gonna get Lars home. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But then we didn't do that.
Getting Lars home seemed like it was the big focus, but it doesn't seem like whoever's making these episodes really cares about that. Like they don't seem to be very interested in the process of Lars getting home. Even though that's what everybody wants to see, because they're having space adventures.
Yeah, they are having space adventures.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the townies, but they're not in space. I mean, Lars is the ascended townie.
He is the ascended townie. and he's great. I love Lars now.
Yeah,
Lars is hilarious. I always liked Lars, but now I really
Lars has always been hilarious, and people who actually, like, genuinely disliked Lars, like, I mean, like, in the beginning of the show, Lars is supposed to be, like, a huge, like, piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Like, he is a piece of garbage, but people who, like, genuinely didn't like him and didn't find him hilarious must be, like, the saddest people in the whole world. Like, you're supposed to laugh at Lars.
Yeah,
like, that's the joke.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, I can't believe Lars did this, and it's like,
he's Lars.
Can you really not believe that he did that? Because I believe that's exactly what he would do because he's Lars.
Yeah, but so where is it? So I guess maybe
what's the goal
when we come back from our next hiatus, when we get our next break from the hiatus.
Yeah, in 2022 when we're finally
what's going to happen
when we
next?
finally get another 4 episodes of Steven Universe.
Yeah. Maybe they're at the asteroid base.
Maybe they're at the asteroid base.
I'm kind of because like most of the other like adventures that they go on in space is like sort of a thing that they have to go do.
Yeah, there's sort of an urgency to it.
Yeah, they're sort of like, all right, which they sort of have to go get their fuel or whatever. But it's like
it's not like
there's no dad waiting for them to rescue. There's no thing to escape from. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like when they actually go to this asteroid base, if we're even going to see that, because I'm somewhat doubtful.
No, yeah.
Maybe they just do that off screen. I don't know.
My scenario that I think is likely is like an episode is going to start and it's going to be like Lars running away from an asteroid base. Like, they found us while we were getting the asteroids. We got to get out of here.
They're not. I don't think they're trying to steal the asteroids.
Well, they need to mine the asteroids.
Yeah, they're trying. Anyway, yeah.
Whatever's in the asteroids.
That's probably accurate as to what. Because I can't. I mean, I guess they could probably make a cool episode of them all like sneaking into a base, and that would be fun. But I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if there's one thing to say, it's the show keeps you guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
for instance,
like the only overarching goal that we have is
get Lars home.
Get Lars. Well, yeah, there's that, but that's just so low tempo and like not urgent. That
well, it's urgent for Lars.
But it's not even urgent for Lars. He can stay in space forever if he wants to.
I guess.
He's already dead.
I mean,
like there's nothing. It's just like a road trip.
Yeah, I'm not sure Lars is like going to like fully return to Beach City either.
I mean,
he was probably gonna get there and like, but maybe he's gonna be a space guy.
Maybe, but all the off-colors seem to want to go to Earth.
That's true. I don't know.
If his whole crew leaves, I mean, they're definitely going to have a spaceship hanging around.
That's true. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think maybe... Oh, hey, conspiracy time. Maybe the whole reason this happened was they just need them to have a spaceship. So they're having Lars drive them a spaceship home, so now they can go fight the diamonds. I just thought of that.
I don't know. that's another thing. What are the diamonds doing? Weren't they?
Yeah, the diamonds seem to just have fallen off the face of reality at this point. Like they have, the diamonds are just gone.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
has Emerald like not told the diamonds like, hey, it's Steven.
Well, no.
Remember that guy?
I don't care about what Emerald. Emerald's just sort of a joke.
Yeah, no, I meant like, how are the diamonds just like not aware of what's happening?
I don't know what the
Is
diamonds
this going
doing.
on?
Are they gonna come to Earth again? Who knows?
Eventually they are. I mean, they gotta. I mean, I guess they could go to the diamonds though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Before we've had like the sort of promise, like the diamonds are gonna come back. They're gonna do something.
Yeah, aren't they gonna steal?
But we don't really have that at this point. We don't know what the diamonds are up to now.
If I'm in my right mind, I seem to recall a promise that like Blue Diamond wants to like come to Earth and like steal every human and then blow up Earth.
Yeah, that was what they had, but I think we've sort of dropped that now.
Yeah, I haven't heard that come up again. Like that was the implication from the
Well, yeah, that was the implication.
From the Greg gets stolen.
Yeah,
episode.
and then they got resolution to that when Aquamarine and Topaz came, and then now we're back from that. So what's happening now? Apparently, it's just Lars coming home.
Yeah, so it's just like Aquamarine and Topaz came, failed spectacularly, and then did they just give up after that?
I guess so.
I guess it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Maybe they'll go like steal humans from some other part of the world.
Maybe. I mean, they should have.
So there is one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that's, is Pink Diamond a lie?
Oh, yeah.
Because we get this in Your Mother and Mine at the very end. Steven's talking to Garnet about the vision he had, and he thinks, maybe Pink Diamond's still around. And Garnet's like, no, there's no way. Rose finished Pink Diamond forever.
Yeah.
So I'm like...
So what you're saying is that there's no way Garnet could ever be wrong, and that Pink Diamond is definitely dead.
I don't know.
Yeah. So the implication here is that Pink Diamond is still alive.
Yeah, which we've been getting sort of mixed. That's what makes this a weird thing, is we've get like, when we didn't even know, we sort of assumed Pink Diamond was dead for a while, and we assumed that Rose Quartz had killed her, but then we get like things like, like with the trial, we get like, okay, maybe Rose Quartz didn't kill her?
Yeah.
And then we get
the trial is the big thing.
And then we get this, and it's like, maybe she's not dead at all?
Yeah, it's like, what?
So now we're sort of vague on a lot of details that we thought we had.
Yeah, so, like, so from the way Garnet presented it, it's just like Rose Quartz straightforward just went up there and beat her up. Like, just
killed her, yeah.
Just walked up and killed her.
Yeah, but obviously, we can't really take that as, like, fact.
So my question would be, if Rose Quartz did not kill Pink Diamond, and Pink Diamond's death was, engineered by Yellow Diamond, as it seems to be.
I think it was probably engineered by White Diamond.
Well, White Diamond and Yellow Diamond.
Yeah.
Because, Blue Diamond obviously didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And, we haven't even seen White Diamond, so for simplicity's sake,
yeah, okay.
Yellow Diamond was at the very least in collusion with
probably
this plan to kill Pink Diamond.
Yeah. Maybe unwillingly.
She didn't seem that broken up about it.
Well, she's a little broken up about it.
Her sad song about it was more like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you, Blue."
Well, yeah, but she's
her whole song
about
her whole song was like, "Get over it."
Well, her whole song was, "You need to stop feeling this," but at the end of the song, she shows that she too is sort of like dealing with this loss. But she's like trying. You have to be more like me and just press on and forget about it. Is what she's saying, and in the process, she remembers it, I guess, and it upsets her.
Maybe. It could be an act, but
okay.
All I'm saying is like she acted pretty suspicious when that lawyer Zircon really grilled her.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. So that's why I think it was maybe White Diamond sort of like ordered Yellow Diamond to do it, is my current theory.
Yeah, White Diamond.
Unless it was Rose Quartz, which is the other possibility.
So, I mean, the theory from all the evidence put together, I guess the theory would be something along the lines of Yellow Diamond, like, maybe distracted Pink Diamond's guards or something, and, like, let Rose... maybe engineered a scenario where, like, got Pink Diamond alone, so, like, Rose Quartz had a chance to go kill her.
I don't...
Isn't... Because that's what Zircon was saying. Zircon was like, where were her guards?
That's true, but the thing is, the thing we're unclear on even now is whether she's dead at all, or if Rose... And if she is dead, if Rose even is the one who killed her.
Presumably Rose is the one who killed her. Because, well, Garnet said so. And, like, Garnet... Like, why would Garnet... Garnet's, like, not lying. And, like...
Well, that's the thing. Maybe Rose was lying
Maybe,
to
but why
Garnet.
would Rose lie about that?
Because she wants everybody to think Pink Diamond's dead when she's
Maybe.
not.
Okay, so that's a different thing. Maybe like Pink Diamond is secretly a good guy and is like in hiding.
Well, I don't think that far. I think we have no idea. That's why I want to talk about this. Is like we used to think we had the facts. We used to think, oh, Rose Quartz Pink killed Pink Diamond.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense. But now we're in the wind and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yellow Diamond did something. That's all we know.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this for long enough.
Yeah.
We've gone on for
We have
probably far too long.
we've waxed poetically about this for
Because we want more.
Yeah.
I need more Steven Universe in my life.
Oh well. You'll just have to wait until the next nuclear bomb hits.
That would be amazing.
That'd be great. Well, that's all I gotta say about this.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Stephen WMD.
Next time, Steve Urkel.
Next time on Stephen WMD, it was Steve Carell.
That's the end.
Yeah, that's the end.